Hi parents, how are you doing? Celia here and ready to talk to you about the 5 C's of parenting. These are the 5 areas in your parenting journey that you really need to perfect so that you can approach your kids as they go through various stages, they get older, they get involved with different groups of friends and people. They start getting opened up and made aware of different things in, this crazy world. Basically, to help you out with parenting your kids in this 21st century with everything that's going on. So, we're going to start with the 5 C's. I'm going to tell you what they all are and I'm going to explain them to you so that you can really start implementing these into your life. Now, the first one, guys, is calm. I talk a lot about being calm, gaining your patience. Because once your family starts cooperating, starts being in harmony with each other, your patience is needed a lot less because you've created an atmosphere of calm, of peace, of joy, of happiness, of kindness in your home. So calm is number one. And if you have a hard time staying calm, I want you to practice being calm. So if you get home from work and you're irritable, that is not the time to come and take it out on your children. That is the time to say, hey kids, excited to see you. I'm happy to be home. But you know what? I've had a really tough day. So if you won't mind, I'm going to go in, I'm going to change, I'm going to relax, maybe whatever it is you need to do, bath, whatever, to relax, meditate, calm yourself down so that you can come back and approach your children with kindness and with calm, so that you're not creating chaos that may not have been there to begin with. Or if they are, you do come home and maybe you have siblings and they're fighting with each other, you entering into it being irritable and being kind of chaotic in your own way is not going to calm the situation. It's going to create more chaos. As we know, calm breeds calm, just like chaos breeds chaos. So the way you approach your children is key to the way they're going to feed back at you. Okay? Now, number 2, consistency. This is golden when you're parenting. You've read through all the things that you need to know about whatever you're going through with your family, whether it be breaking habits or sleep or helping them get sleep, food issues, behavior issues. Consistency is always key in modifying that. So you have to stay consistent. If you've decided to create a consequence, which is the next thing, so maybe we'll talk about that kind of in combination. If you've decided to create a consequence, it is up to you to stay consistent every time the behavior that you're trying to curb shows up. That consequence that you have decided should follow that negative behavior needs to be put into place and followed through with. As soon as you stop following through with a consequence, your kids are going to fall back on old ways, or they're going to feel like, you know what? Mom, dad, they do a lot of threatening. They do a lot of false promises that never come true. So it doesn't matter what we do because they're not going to follow through with anything. That's what you're teaching your child. If you're breaking habits and say you're doing potty training and you're not consistent with putting them on the potty regularly when you're first trying to get them to learn, they will have failures, they will have accidents, they will not be consistent with their potty training. So consistency is key in every area of life, okay? And especially in parenting. The more consistent you are with behavior management, with breaking habits, with the way you respond, the more progress you will make with getting family harmony happening in your family. Okay, number 3, as we touched on, consequences. Consequences, the 3 R's of consequences when you're developing a consequence. Number 1, it needs to be relatable, which means it needs to relate to the crime. Don't, if a child like won't get off their tablet and their consequence is they're in their room for 2 days, what does that have anything to do with the tablet? It has nothing to do. If your teenager won't get off of a computer and you say you're grounded for a week, what does that have anything to do with a computer? The object of a computer, number 2R, is to reform. That means you want to change a behavior. You're trying to teach your child a lesson so that when it comes time next time to choose a choice, A or B, they can think back, they can think of the consequence that's going to result, and they can make a wiser decision on what choice they're going to pick. So if you say, okay, you know what, honey, got this tablet. When I say it's time for dinner, if you don't get off the tablet, if I give you 5 more minutes and you don't get off the tablet, the consequence is you lose that tablet for 24 hours, or in a younger child, you say till tomorrow. Now, that means consistency. If they don't get off the tablet the first time, you don't want to give 5 times and start yelling. We don't need yelling. There's no yelling. Who wants to be yelled at? Nobody wants to be yelled at, and it causes a lot of problems for your kids. So let's stop the yelling. Consequences and consistency. Your child won't get off the tablet. You called them in for dinner. You gave them 5 minutes. Called them in for dinner. They won't get off. You simply go, okay, honey, I gave you a chance to get off your tablet. You pick up the tablet and you take it away. Maybe your child will throw a tantrum the first time. Such is life. Welcome to life when we don't always get our way. Throws a tantrum, not the end of the world. Let them throw the tantrum, then move on with your life. Second day, they go, they want the tablet. Fine, you can have the tablet, but we're eating dinner in 20 minutes. I'm going to give you a 5-minute heads up when 20 minutes is up. When that time has come, you will hand me the tablet and turn it off. Time comes, child doesn't stop playing on the tablet. You walk in very kindly. Sorry, honey, take the tablet and take it away. You don't even have to say sorry if you don't want to. By the third day, they're catching on. They're catching on that if they don't give you back the tablet because you've set up a relatable consequence that teaches them that is reasonable, the 3 R's, relatable, reasonable, reform, you have taught them that their decision of not coming off the tablet when it's dinner time results in you taking the tablet for a whole day and they don't get it back till the next day. When you do this consistently for a few days, by the 3rd day, certainly by the 4th day, they're going to be like, well, I better get back the tablet or better get off the tablet because if I don't, mom's coming in here or dad's coming in here and taking it away. Simple. The consequence worked. The consistency worked. Now your child is thinking before they make a decision, before they react, and they have chosen the more positive choice instead of a negative one. That's how cooperation is created, and there's no yelling needed at all. At all. You never had to yell because you didn't go and repeat yourself 5 times trying to get them to give back a tablet. You went in, you asked it for back, then come back, boom, gone. One and done. Okay. Consequence. Relatable, reasonable, and reform. Reform means you're changing something. You're teaching your child. You're trying to change a behavior or the decision to choose a more negative choice between 2 choices. Should I listen to mom or should I do whatever the heck I want to do? Reform. Communication, guys. Communication is huge in your family. Remember that communication is 70% nonverbal, 60 to 70% nonverbal, 30 to 40% words you say. So you could be saying something, but the tone of your voice is not very nice. You're not smiling. You're not using your manners. You're kind of looking disgusting. So even though you're trying to say something nice, it's not being perceived as nice because you look miserable and you look like you're mad. Nonverbal cues are more about communication than those words you say. But that doesn't mean You ignore the words you say. You choose your words wisely. You don't need to curse. You don't need to pick the ugly words. Please don't label your children or call them names. Totally unnecessary. Don't do it in your household because we don't want them to learn to do that. That is just crushing a soul. That is not building your children up. That is smashing them down. Okay? So choose your words. Say please. Say thank you. Well-mannered children come from well-mannered adults. Smile when you talk. It's so much nicer. You can always hear a smile. You can tell if I talk like this, it doesn't sound particularly happy. But when I smile, you can always hear a smile. So watch your words, watch the way you say it, how you say it, what you do with your body language when you say it. That's the hard part of emails and texts right now for kids and adults, frankly. When I email or I text, I over emoji. I'm overly polite so that that information that I'm trying to send and relay to somebody is read the way I intended it. When you text or you just email or you send a quick note or a comment, if you're not watching the way you present that written comment, it can be read all kinds of ways. It gets people in fights all the time. So watch that. Teach your kids, teach your teenagers. Make sure that what they are writing and sending to someone is going to be read in the manner of which they meant it. Okay. And last, guys, so we've had calm, consistency, consequence, communication, and culture. Oh, the one thing I forgot about communication. If you're giving directions, make sure they're clear. They're simple directions. Don't just give general directions. If you're dealing with a teenager, a general direction may work. But if you're talking to a toddler, simple directions. Don't say things like set the table. Most toddlers have no clue what set the table means. Or clean your room. They will procrastinate and sit there and do something, probably play, because they have no idea what you're talking about. Specific. Honey, can you put these napkins at every chair? Can you put this plate on top of a napkin? Can you put this fork on top of a plate? Great job. You have set the table. Do that over and over again. And then when you do say set the table, they'll know exactly what you mean because you're doing step-by-step instruction. Honey, would you put your books back on the bookshelf for me? Would you pick up your stuffed animals and put them on your bed and just pull your blankets straight? Would you pick up your clothes and put them in the laundry? Would you take your shoes and put them in the closet? Great job, you cleaned your room. Over and over again. After a while, then the next time, after they've done it for a few times, 1 or 2 weeks, when you say clean your room, they know exactly what to do. Step-by-step directions will teach them the general information they need to know to complete a more general request from you. Okay, and the last thing is culture. The culture of your home. What is the culture of your home? I certainly hope it's fun, because kids love fun. If you want to get something done, make it fun. I talk about the dice game. It's in our Facebook group. You want to get chores done, throw the dice. Let them play a game where they pick a chore to do from the dice they roll. There's all kinds of ways. Play the sock game where you have all these socks. You need to match them up. Everybody gets 5. You play like Go Fish. Do you have this sock? Make the culture of your home fun. The kids are getting irritable because maybe they've been together for an hour or so. When that happens with my grandkids, the first thing I do, I walk in, I go, do you guys want to play a game? And we go into the game closet, we pull out a game, and the 3 of us play, or 2 of us, me included. I don't give them a game and then sit on the couch and watch them play. I'm in there with them playing. Have fun with your kids. That should be a #1 culture for your family. What else is part of your culture? Cooperation, manners, respect, maybe prayer time. All these things, maybe church time, is part of the culture of your family. We work together in this family. We have fun. We love each other like crazy. What is the culture you're creating in your family? So that's your 5 C's: calm, consistency, consequence, communication, and culture. And when those are in place in your home, family harmony is the result. Now, if you've got kids at all different stages, they're growing up, they're going through stages. This one's in elementary school, this one's in daycare and preschool, this one's in high school, whatever. And you're like, you know what? I've gotten all this information, but I'm not being consistent. I need some mentorship. I need someone to really hold me accountable. What can I do? You can reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. I'm a family empowerment coach here to empower you parents so that you have all the tools and strategies in place so that you can turn around and empower your kids. Because you know what? It can happen. I've been parenting my kids for almost 40 years within a blended family. We are calm, we cooperate, we communicate. 2 of mine, 3 of my husbands. And as long as we've been blended for 24 years, it has been working. Excuse me. Not to say we didn't have our ups and downs. Welcome to life when you have ups and downs. But what I have planted, the seeds I've put into these 5 children, have been able to blossom and create better adults, because that's what we're doing. We're raising adults, not children. And now those core values that we have in our family, that I have planted in our children, now my children have children, and I'm seeing it in my grandchildren. Guys, you can go through these stages of childhood as you take your children into adulthood, and you can conquer them, and you can build trust and respect so that they know they belong in your family and they're not looking for a place to belong. They know that if they have a problem, they can come to you at any time, day or night. They can come to you. So reach out to me. Just hop over onto the internet and type in talkwithcelia.com. Talkwithcelia.com. Hop on my calendar, fill out the questionnaire, and let's talk so that I can help you be the parent you wish, desire, and absolutely need to be so that your kids grow up to be the amazing adults you intend them to be. Have an awesome time. Reach out for anything else. Make sure you've joined our Facebook group, and we'll see you here next time as we tame the toddler and we pump up parenting. Bye-bye, everyone.